Hi, it's Gara and welcome to my August book haul. It hasn't been long since I posted my July book haul because I was trying to film a secret video. Things just got delayed and delayed and delayed and it's still delayed, but we just posted it anyway. But today we're doing my August haul. There are some things here I am absolutely so excited about, but I'm having a bit of a reading slump. So a lot of these new releases and I want to get to them as soon as I can, but that might not be straight away. So in the first pile I have just near me, we have The Ascent to Godhood by Zhi Yang. This is the 4th Tenseret Saga novella. I love this series. It's short, obviously, really easy to fly through, and it's a sci-fi speculative fiction fantasy blend thing. Silk punk, I think fantasy is what they call it. Silk punk something. So it's an alternate, like, Chinese based fantasy, and we follow two main characters who are twins, and their kind of relationship with the politics and things of this world, and each novella kind of follows a little snippet of short story involving them, but they're all kind of related but not the same story, and I just really love them, so I can't wait to pick up this one. This is definitely happening super soon. While we're in the realm of novellas, another novella I picked up this month is This Is How You Lose the Time War by Amal El-Matar and Max Gladstone. This came from my LGBTQ+ read subscription. I'm part of their Patreon. I'm a patron on their Patreon. And if you sign up for the, I think it's $25 a month pack, they send you a LGBTQ+ read each month. It's catered to you, it's not random. Like, it's not a set book every month. They chat to you and you together decide on a book that you would like. So it's great because you're never going to double up on something you've already ordered or anything. And this was what we decided on for me this month. This is a female-female, it has a female-female romance, but really it's a speculative fiction time travel spy novella, and I'm super excited about this as well, and this is also going to be happening super soon. I'm going to be reading this real soon. I hadn't heard of it when it got recommended to me by the team at LGBTQ+ Reads, but then it kind of buzzed up everywhere in the month after I asked, after we settled on it, so I'm really glad this was what I went with. The one book on this haul that I've already read, we have Dark Dawn by J. Christoph. This came out, I hope a cat hasn't just shat on the floor. This came out in August for me, but comes out early September for other parts of the world, I believe. And this is the 3rd and final book in the Nevernight Chronicle. I've already read this because the hype is real, the hype train is real. I really enjoyed it, but I'll be talking about it more in my wrap up. But I'm very excited to have this to add it to my collection. Obviously I have all of these in the trade paperback, so I'm really excited to have this final one. A couple of backlist titles I picked up. We have An Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rogerson. I read Sorcery of Thorns in August, which you will see in my wrap up, and I really enjoyed it, so I decided to go back and pick up this one, which didn't appeal to me as much originally because Fae stories I think are a little bit outdated, maybe? Like, they've kind of had their heyday and I wasn't sold on the idea of this until I read Sorcery of Thorns and really enjoyed it. So I'm gonna give this one a try. I'm not sure if I will love it, maybe I won't, because some people didn't like this but liked Sorcery of Thorns, and that might be me, but I'm gonna give it a try, and it's pretty short, so it's not a big loss. The other backlist title I picked up is Senlon Ascends by Josiah Bancroft. This is the first in a... oh, the neighbors are home. This is the first in a speculative fiction story, and we follow a man called Thomas who is, I think he's like a librarian or something, and he loses his new bride on their honeymoon, and to find her he must enter this tower, and it's a very like cutthroat adventure kind of problem, action story, fantasy kind of thing. I don't know, it just sounds so good. I hadn't heard of it till I saw it on Melanie from Mel to Annie's channel, and she was talking about it as one of her favorites of the year, and I was like, how have I not heard of this? And then I was seeing it everywhere, so I picked it up. I'm really excited. If this is like a fantasy Matthew Riley, I will be so happy. Back to the new releases. I picked up The Black Veins by Ashaya Monet. This is a, it's like a low fantasy, paranormal kind of story following a found family of guardians in the US as they go to try and solve an apocalypse problem. I don't exactly know, but this was self-published, and I was hearing a lot about it on Twitter, etc. And it looks really good, so I'm really excited to read it. I heard some amazing things, especially from Rocky at Blood of the Book. For my birthday, I got Hello Girls by Brittany Cavallaro and Emily Henry. April from Aprili's Maximus sent me this because she's amazing. And this was my birthday present that I picked out for me. I am really excited about this. This is a Thelma and Louise retelling. It's from Catherine Tegan Books, who have the best covers, like just saying. And Henry Holt and Catherine Tegan are my favorite cover design groups. They do good cover designs. And I've heard it's a little bit sapphic leaning, though obviously you'd have to interpret it that way. I've heard mixed things, but I'm really excited to read this. It's giving me good vibes. If it's anything like Heather's, Thelma and Louise, that kind of thing, I'd be really excited about it. And it's purple under the dust jacket, yes. Then we have Gods of Jade and Shadow by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. This is a native Mexican story following, so it's Mayan, I think. It's inspired by Mayan mythology. Cassiopeia opens a curious chest in her grandfather's room and accidentally frees an ancient Mayan god of death. Does that not sound so cool? I'm so excited about this. I'm pretty sure it's own voices for the historical representation. And it's set in like, modern day Mexico City? No, 20s. Roaring 20s Mexico City. That's right. I'm so excited about this. I actually have tabs in it because right before my reading slump, before I fully gave into it, I was hoping to read this at the end of end of August or very early September, but my reading slump has hit full bore, so I'm reading in September instead. But I'm really keen to read this very soon. Another one I put tabs in on that same vein is The Merciful Crow by Margaret Owen. This is a fantasy that I know hardly anything about, but everyone says is amazing. I know it has pansexual representation, if that's something you're looking for, which I'm happy to receive. It says a future chieftain, a fugitive prince, a too cunning bodyguard, and one grumpy grey tabby. I have no idea about what the plot of this is about or what any of the characters are going on about, but I've heard it's amazing. I liked this cover when I saw it on Goodreads, but I wasn't sold by it, and then I am loving it way more in person, and I've heard a lot of good things about it, and I'm going in very blind, but I'm really excited. Again, I tabbed it out when I was thinking I was going to get around to it early September. We'll see if that happens depending on how my slump goes, but I'm not making any promises, but I'm really excited about this one. Another one I'm really excited about, which is really all of these, so I shouldn't say that, but this is House of Salt and Sorrows by Erin A. Craig. This is a 12 Dancing Princesses retelling. Again, I've heard some really good things floating around on the Twitters about this. It's got some exciting blurbs on it, and it just looks great. Dark, witchy, sea kind of vibes, death, darkness. I'm keen. I don't really know that much about it, about the details at least, because I am trying to stay kind of in the dark, but I'm really excited about this one as well. Then we have Vow of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson, which is the sequel to Dance of Thieves, and this is only a duology, so this is the continuation, final completion of this series. This is a duology spin-off to the Remnant Chronicles, and I really enjoyed both the Remnant Chronicles and Dance of Thieves. I thought Dance of Thieves wasn't quite as strong as the Remnant Chronicles, but I still really liked it, so I'm excited to see where this continues on and goes. It follows Kazi and Jace, and in the first one they get kind of handcuffed together and they're kind of on opposite sides. It's a bit of an enemies to lovers, romance, but I'm excited to see what happens in this one. Yeah. I also picked up Spin the Dawn by Elizabeth Lim. This is our Own Voices Chinese inspired fantasy, which is described as a cross between Mulan and Project Runway. It's got apparently a bit of some maybe suspect representation, especially in regards to there's obviously the cross-dressing trope from Mulan, which can be harmful depending on how it's done. Obviously I haven't read this yet, so I'm not commenting on that, just things I've heard. And also there's faking a disability, which is also something that is potentially really harmful. I haven't read it, I'm going in open-minded, but if those things are definitely going to be harmful to you, be aware going in. I'm keen to try it out because it just seems really like the fashion Chinese inspiration component sounds really up my alley, and we'll see how it goes when I get to it. Also, this cover is gorgeous. Another Crow book, we also have The Storm Crow by Kaylin Josephson, which is a tropical fantasy apparently, and we follow, I think it features sisters. It's a really strong sister relationship. I'm kind of hopeful there's almost no romance in this, is kind of what I'm hoping. There is an arranged marriage kind of thing, rebellions, throne chasing, and obviously sister relationship and crows. I'm definitely really keen to try this as well. And finally we have a beast, and that is The Dragon Republic by R.F. Kuang. This is the sequel to The Poppy War, and it is a very whopping 654 pages. Again, I want to read this so soon, but I'm scared it'll drag me even further into the slump and it'll take me like a whole month to read this. So I think I need to wait till the slump is like fully gone. So this might be an October read. I am really excited. The Poppy War was one of my favorites from last year. It's Chinese inspired fantasy, inspired by a lot of historical events in China, including the rape of Nanking, but also looking at shamanism and other kind of spiritual components in Chinese culture. And I really enjoyed the first one, and I can't wait to see how this goes. I think it's going to be a trilogy all up, and everyone says the ending of this, or at least all of this, is heartbreaking, so I'm terrified. So those are the books I purchased in the month of August. I can't wait, or was gifted. Remember, I got gifted some. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you've read any of these. Feel free to chat about them down below. No spoilers though, please. And otherwise, thank you so much for coming, and I will see you soon with another video. Bye!